This time on Rat and Cat Search and Survival, the story of Giovanna Fuda, the 18-year-old woman who survived 9 days lost in the Pacific Northwest. Welcome to Rat and Cat Search and Survival. I'm Nakia. You may have heard the story of Giovanna Fuda, who went missing in the Cascade Mountains of Washington State recently. That was July 24. I wanted to take a closer look at the story because there have been so many rumors and stories going on. Giovanna Fuda, age 18, had just graduated from Tahoma High School and was active in her youth group with friends, so it was odd when she disappeared. Gia's brother saw her on Friday morning, July 24, taking some belongings to her car. On Saturday night, Gia's silver Toyota Corolla was found abandoned along Highway 2 near Stevens Pass. Highway 2 spans about 2,500 miles across the North American continent below the Canadian border. The King County Sheriff's Office found the car had run out of gas. Her purse was still inside, but her phone was missing. There's no cell phone coverage in the area, so they were not able to ping her phone. They were able to pull an image of her from a security camera at a gas station along her route where she had stopped for coffee. They found the red sweatshirt that she'd been wearing at the gas station was still in her car. A search dog followed her scent for about a mile and a half up Highway 2, but then the scent trail disappeared. Authorities listed the incident as suspicious, but also wondered if she had been heading to eastern Washington for some reason. Search and rescue teams spread out from the area where the scent trail ended, but for a week, nothing turned up. Then 8 days later, on Saturday, August 1, search and rescuers came across a notebook that belonged to Fuda along a stream deep in the woods off Highway 2. They followed the stream and eventually came across clothes and shoes belonging to Gia. The team continued to follow the stream up a steep mountain slope, and 2 miles up the ravine, finally found Giovanna Fuda, alive and alert, but also incoherent and unable to explain what had happened to her over the past 8 days. In fact, she was also unaware that she had been missing for 8 days. The young woman said she survived by eating berries and drinking water from the stream. But why did she leave the road in the first place? Seattle's King 5 News interviewed Gia's parents, and they said that she left her car to get help and/or find cell phone reception. When she realized she was lost, she tried to turn around and thought she could climb up to a bridge she thought she'd seen in the area. Instead, she started climbing the mountain higher and higher. This is actually quite common lost person behavior. Lost people tend to follow the same elevation or head downhill, but in cases where they go uphill, they often are trying to climb to a higher elevation to get better cell phone or GPS signals. Some people on social media have suggested that Gia was on drugs and that could explain her unusual behavior. However, the images from the coffee shop don't indicate that she was behaving abnormally. Also, I spoke with Sergeant Ryan Abbott, spokesman for the King County Sheriff's Office. He said they searched Gia's car and found no evidence of drugs. Dissociative amnesia could explain why Gia doesn't remember anything. People can block out certain information, usually associated with a stressful or traumatic event. When that happens, they're unable to remember important personal information. But some people are just really bad at directions. Psychologists Stephen Weisberg and Nora Newcomb explored individual differences in navigational abilities. They found that poor navigation can just be a lack of cognitive abilities in some people. Imprecise navigators lack the spatial imagery abilities needed to make good mental maps. However, some people set up a self-fulfilling prophecy in which they convince themselves that they're no good at directions. They're worried about getting lost, so they don't think straight and they lose their way. Certainly practicing navigational skills, like using maps or a compass and GPS on a regular basis, can help anyone improve their skills. Even search and rescue teams practice navigational skills on a regular basis. I've seen experienced hunters and trained search and rescue team members make navigational mistakes from time to time. That's one reason SAR crews always work as a team rather than alone. Still, I have questions. Why did Gia leave without notifying her family? And why did she stop for coffee without noticing her gas gauge was on empty? Was there a family feud or other conflict that was distracting her? Is she experiencing early signs of mental illness? These are certainly things we need to keep in mind as we and our loved ones venture into the wilderness and life. What do you think about this story? Are there other details that stood out to you? Have you ever found yourself lost or disoriented? What did you do? We look forward to reading your stories in the comments below. Also, please help me get information about wilderness safety out to more people by liking this video, sharing it with others, and subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Until next time, I'm Nakia, and this is Rat and Cat Search and Survival. Get out there, be safe, and enjoy the wild.